the seawall that saved a nation. And that nation is Netherlands. Welcome back to my Netherlands reaction channel. My name is John and I'm from Australia. Welcome if you are new. You can scroll through the channel to see other reactions I've done to Netherlands, but today, it's all about this seawall. I want to know more about this. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to get right into it. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to make a suggestion, I've got a link you can click in my description and I'll pin a comment. If you'd like specific videos you'd like me to react to, let me know. Let's check this one out today.
Constructed more than 85 years ago to protect low-lying areas of the Netherlands from flooding, the Afsluitdijk is a true wonder of engineering. Spanning 32 kilometers and holding...
This should be better.
Wonder of engineering. Spanning 32 kilometers and holding back the Wadden Sea, the project was one of the largest engineering feats of its time and is credited with saving large parts of the country from catastrophic flooding in 1953. But while the Afsluitdijk has stood firm for almost a century, rising sea levels and stronger storms mean Dutch authorities are now investing $617 million to strengthen the structure so it can withstand a 1 in 10,000 year storm.
How much years?
Withstand a 1 in 10,000 year storm. Using 75,000 concrete blocks, constructing new drainage systems and being aided by the latest technology, this nation-saving seawall is getting a supersized upgrade.
Ooh. That sounds exciting. Like,
when
it's already huge and it's getting an upgrade. Okay, wow, I like the black and white, the old school images. Bit of history.
When works first started in 1927, the construction of the Afsluitdijk was one of the largest undertakings of its...
Do you know what we're realizing when you hear a date like 1927 and then it hits you? That's almost like a century, almost 100 years since. Obviously, because we're in 2026. But yeah, just anytime I hear a date like that, I'm like, damn, that's 100 years ago.
Started in 1927, the construction of the Afsluitdijk...
Just go back because I interrupted.
When works first started in 1927, the construction of the Afsluitdijk was one of the largest undertakings of its kind anywhere in the world, with more than 36 million cubic meters of material needed to span the 32-kilometer mouth of the Zuiderzee. Starting in 4 locations along the length of the dike, ships began dredging material and depositing it directly onto the sea floor until it breached the surface. Rocks were used to strengthen the dike, and it was raised to its final height with sand and clay before being topped with grass to hold the surface material together. Rising 7 meters above sea level and sitting 90 meters wide, the seawall enabled the construction of a causeway directly connecting North Holland with Friesland.
Okay, hold on, I'm just going to take that little image in to see where... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's quite big, right?
Drastically reducing travel time between the two provinces.
Okay.
While the site typically employed 4,000 to 5,000 workers each day, the end of the project saw 10,000 workers, 27 dredgers, 13 floating cranes, and 132 barges work carefully timed shifts to feverishly close the wall at low tides. On the 28th of May 1932, the final gap in the dike was filled, separating the Netherlands from the Wadden Sea and creating one of Europe's largest lakes in the process. While many minor upgrades and improvements have been made to the dike in the years since, rising sea levels and an increase in the frequency and ferocity of storms has left it in need of reinforcement, and 2019 saw the start of a major strengthening project. While raising the height of the dike was considered, this would use more material and add significant cost to the project. Instead, engineers will strengthen the barrier by adding a layer of concrete reinforcing blocks along its length, resisting erosion and preventing breaches during rough storms. Each of these blocks will be microchipped to ease the process of tracing and maintaining them in the future. Though passive sluice gates were built into the original structure to discharge water from the lake twice a day during low tides, the difference in water level on either side of the dike at low tide is no longer enough for sufficient drainage. To ensure the lake doesn't become flooded by the rivers that feed into it, 2 of the largest pumping stations in Europe will be constructed alongside the sluice gates. The dike's locks will be expanded to improve the passage of boats, and the A7 causeway will be widened. When the seawall was first built, little concern was given to the environment or local habitats that the new structure would be dividing, and the dike caused a large drop in local fish populations. To correct this and encourage biodiversity, a new fish migration river will connect the 2 habitats. The sheer scale of this scheme means that over 500 architects, civil engineers and contractors are all collaborating throughout the design and pre-construction phases.
Wow, that's a lot. They got, 500 people working on this?
Engineers and contractors are all collaborating throughout the design and pre-construction phases from different geographic locations.
Different locations.
When the dike was first constructed, this simply wouldn't have been possible. Design coordination would have taken place in person, with engineers comparing paper drawings and updating hand-drawn information as changes were made. The contrast with today couldn't be more stark. To avoid mistakes which could cost time and money if discovered out on the seawall itself, the team are using Autodesk's BIM 360 model coordination platform. Uploading their design...
Nah, that's crazy. Like, yeah, this is so updated. This is how 2026 would be like. But I love the comparisons to back in those days, how it used to be. All in person, and now everything with technology, which benefits so much. But they can just, how to describe it? They can really just find every angle with the computers. And look at this, shows models. I'll let him explain this section. But yeah, that's how things really operate now. More technology over hands, even though hands-on still important. But back then it was all hands-on. Wow, okay.
Autodesk's BIM 360 model coordination platform.
It's crazy.
Uploading their design models into a shared environment online enabled the team to coordinate them and run automated clash detection, identifying any errors in the model before works commenced on site.
That's incredible.
This approach also gave the project team greater insight and understanding, improving quality and speeding up design iterations. The team used Autodesk's Assemble software to track, manage and visualize quantity changes between models, improving efficiency and cutting change management time in half.
See, I don't really know about this kind of stuff, but it looks so detailed. Like any of these words. Basic wall. Okay, when you look into deck, insulated, when you look into it a bit, okay. But how detailed it is incredible. And this is what today's technology should be used for. This is a good exponent of it.
Models, improving efficiency and cutting change management time in half.
This is good.
The use of a common location online to share and store design information ensures that engineers and contractors can always access and work from the latest information, further cutting the risk of errors occurring during construction.
Yeah.
The clever reinforcement of this 1920s seawall, enabled by 2020s technology, is likely to prove a powerful example to other countries in the years ahead, as our planet grapples with a changing climate. Due to fully complete in 2023 and not require further major upgrade works until at least 2050, the seawall that saved a nation is likely to go on protecting it for decades to come.
Wow.
To learn more about how the Afsluitdijk project team was supported by Autodesk, click the link below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the B1M.
Yeah, I'll leave the link to this. Okay, this was 2020. I didn't really, it didn't click when I checked the date. Yeah, this is uploaded, it says 5 years ago, so in July of 2020, so it's almost 6 years. So we'll talk about all this technology will have even continued to develop. So it'd be interesting to see how this has updated now, but kind of in your mind, okay, yeah, they would have taken even more steps technology-wise, which is incredible. To think where it's come from, through the video, it was all, in person, once upon a time, hands-on, And yeah, now they can utilize computers, the technology for people around the world, so they can be in contact with some of the best in this field, not just in their country but over the world, with access to this technology as well. So they're covering all areas. Like, this is how you get the best of your project, really, to get the best end result. So yeah, Netherlands, and that's the thing. They've always kind of been, what I learned from videos anyway, they've been really good with that, and they have spent money to be successful. But then even before that, how they made moves, that's how they got in a good financial position. And that's probably not spoken by me in the most technical way. But yeah, I've just seen a few videos like that, like how Netherlands built their financial structure and success. So they can spend money on this type of stuff now. Probably some other countries that aren't as well off, they probably couldn't do the same. And that's how you continue that economy developing as a country. So I'm going to leave it there. As I said, I'll leave the original link for this in the description, along with a link for if you want to make a recommendation for more videos you'd like to see me react to. But yeah, Netherlands, as always, making big moves from different, as I said, from the select videos I've reacted to. It's just, these type of things is not surprising to me. It's like Netherlands, they make financial decisions and decisions for the country to be successful. And yeah, this was amazing. As I said, let's scroll through the video a bit. I won't have as this is not my specific field that I'm in, I won't have the most technical descriptions, as I said, of these. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. The stuff like that. But yeah, look, ridiculously detailed Autodesk. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you've got more information, or if there's other videos like this or similar for similar projects, or maybe updates of this project a few years later. Let me know. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. As I said, you can take a look at other videos I've done, reacted to from Netherlands, from me as an Australian. So hopefully you enjoy my reactions anyway. I'll see you in another video.